So let me welcome on board the CMD. We've got Vivek Kumar Dewangan joining in on the show right now. Mr. Dewangan, great to have you today on ET Now. Thank you so much for taking the time out. Now, firstly, you've signed many project-level MOUs, as we understand, and now this 55,000 crore rupees co-finance plan with PNB as well. What's the realistic visibility of disbursements that you foresee for both FY24 and 25?
Yeah, in fact, when we had organized this Green Finance Summit on the sideline of G20 event at Goa, we got a huge response from the renewable energy developers, technology providers, and the manufacturers. And we were able to sign MOUs worth 2,86,000 crore. And Government of India has also allowed us to diversify into infrastructure and logistics. That is another area where we are focusing, and government has allowed us that 30% of 33% of our loan book could be from infrastructure and logistics. So we are we are having collaboration with the number of financial institutions like PNB also, and SBI and other financial institution. We are in discussion with other financial institutions because the asset size is going to be quite large, more than 30-40,000 crore. Then we need to collaborate with other financial institutions. As you are aware that our loan book has grown in last financial year to the extent of 13%. But in the current financial year, in Q1, there was growth of about 20%. We would like to sustain this growth in asset under management, and we intend to touch the figure of 5 lakh crore in the current financial year. And although we were targeting that our assets under management will increase to about 10 lakh crore by the year 2030, but the kind of growth which is happening, there's huge demand of power, and the power sector is looking forward. So we hope that we'll be able to reach this asset under management of 10 lakh crore earlier than 2030, maybe in next 5 years. By 2028 we'll be able to achieve that figure.
Vivek, though that appears to be your medium to long term kind of ambition at the company, and also because of the government's renewed focus, what would be your near term composition of loan book? 2 to 3 year far out, what would be your composition of the loan book? Because we understand that the contribution from green would start going up. What internally is your target which you have set?
Right now, the share of conventional generation in our loan portfolio is about 40%, and distribution sector accounts for about 44%. And the share of renewable in our loan portfolio is about 7%. In near term, next 2 to 3 years, we hope that the share of renewable will increase substantially and share of conventional generation will come down, because not many conventional generation projects are coming. So we hope that renewable energy portfolio will increase from 7% to about 15 to 20% next 2 to 3 years, and we are targeting that this renewable energy portfolio will increase to about 30% by the year 2030. We are targeting tenfold increase in our renewable energy portfolio. Right now, our renewable energy portfolio stands at around 30,000 crore, and we intend to increase to about 3 lakh crore in next 7 years. But the kind of response that we are getting from RE developers, we hope that we'll be able to reach this figure of 3 lakh crore for renewable energy projects in next 5 years only.
You know, ever since you've been talking about zero net zero by 25, market really loves it, and your valuations have also improved quite a lot from half time to almost 1 time plus. But this change in contribution from your traditional towards more green in the next 3 to 5 years and then longer term by 2030, how will it improve your ROEs and ROAs over the medium term?
We are targeting to keep our asset quality good. We are targeting only good asset quality, and although the margins in renewable energy sector is lower than the conventional generation, but we would like to offset this margin by increasing the volume of our loan portfolio in renewable energy portfolio. Particularly now, other than solar and wind hybrid solutions, we need to have storage solution, because renewable energy is intermittent in nature. In order to have grid stability, we need to have storage solutions. So that's why we are targeting this pump storage hydro projects, battery energy storage projects also. And with the launch of green hydrogen mission, we are now targeting to finance green hydrogen, green ammonia portfolio also. So this uh, will be able to sustain our margin, which is around 2.5 to 2.75%. And net NIM will we are targeting that will be able to sustain at around 3.5%.
Vivek, but just a question, given the fact you're increasing your exposure to renewable and there have been those headlines that keep on coming time and again, that it could be one of the ticking bombs, given the fact these PPAs have been signed at very low levels of tariffs and the prices of modules, etc., have been very volatile of late as well. Are you not worried that there could be asset quality issues maybe later in the cycle?
No, no, we have done a detailed analysis and we are not worried at all. The asset quality is going to be quite good. And we are targeting only those developers which are A rated.
Just a couple of more questions, Vivek. What's the competition right now from the PSU banks? Because they too are looking at, lending to this space as well. And secondly, there was a lot of expectation of provision write-backs as well, with collections coming in from the NCLT, proceedings, etc. as well. What's the update on that?
Yeah, in fact, when this committee on state asset was formed, headed by the then cabinet secretary in the year 2018, that time we had about 36 state assets. We have been able to resolve about 17 state assets in the last 4 to 5 years. And right now, our in our book, we have about 17 state assets, and we are targeting that 9 assets would be able to resolve in the current financial year, and the remaining 10 assets would be resolved in the next financial year. By the year 2025, we hope to have net zero NPA. We had made the provisioning of about 70%, but what we have observed that either these projects are getting resolved under NCLT process or outside NCLT. We are getting a good return. Recovery rate is about 60 to 70% actually. So that's why we are getting write backs.
So, Vivek, on the book, what could be that write back value?
Write back value in the current financial year would be at around 4,000 crore, and next year it will be around 7,000 crore.
Okay, so 4,000 crore write back this year, 7,000 crore coming in for next year as well. And just that word on the competition from the PSU banking space, you're not worried, right? And you're not letting go of your margins on account of that.
Yeah, actually, there's huge space actually as far as the energy transition is taking place. As per an estimate by Central Electricity Authority, the total debt requirement would be to the tune of about 15 lakh to 20 lakh crore only. There is space for all the PSU banks, other financial institutions. We are targeting about 20% of this market share, which will come in the sphere of green projects.
The cost of borrowing, are you looking at going more global and picking up the foreign bonds, or this inclusion that has happened of the Indian bond in the emerging market index, that is also likely to have an impact on your cost of borrowings at least from next year?
Yes, in fact, in the month of April, we had raised a green bond worth $750 million, and we are looking for other cheaper options because we need to reduce our cost of financing. So we are looking for those green bond which will be available at less than 7% all-in cost, including the hedging cost. So we'll like to keep a good mix of our bonds, either domestic bond or the external commercial borrowings.
Net on an average, what will be the cost of borrowing by the end of the year?
Uh, at the end of quarter one, our cost of borrowing was about 7.23%, and our yield was about 9.83%. But by the end of year, our cost of financing, we are targeting to bring it down to about 7%.
Okay, good to hear that, Vivek. Thanks as always for taking the time out. Pleasure speaking with you today.